POGs, Hannibal Heckler, my dog Eddie Giggs, a.k.a. Eddie the Ass Eater. And we got a special guest today in the studio. Legendary. I love it because I'm such a fan of when I get people who I've always been a fan of, not just the music, but I'm a fan of this man. I just told him that outside because I follow him on IG. I see the positivity he throws out.
Music's first because we didn't know.
Of course,
this man.
no. It's always gotta go. The music intrigued me to find out what type of man he was, and so I put the follow on IG and I said, man, okay, I really like the energy he puts out, super positive. We're gonna get into a lot of things that he does because we just talked about some crazy stuff outside that I can't wait for him to promote.
Okay, listen.
Straight up. So Legendary, y'all don't know we talking from Channel Live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's 94, no?
94. The
Channel
Live.
Live. If y'all don't know about it, Hakeem Green, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are super honored for you to be here.
Let me
no
just
joke.
say,
yes, sir.
all we do is spark mattism.
This is fact. I woke up early this morning,
with the
yearning the herb.
Yo, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Every club, at least out here during the 90s, it was hard to get into a club out here that played hip hop.
Yeah.
That was guaranteed one of the records that was being played in the club.
Yeah, we got a lot of love down here, bro. We spent a lot of time down here, 94, 95, 96.
Yes, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. Hoodstock.
Yeah.
Hoodstock.
Oh, for sure. We took Exhibit out to Hoodstock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that at that one?
He did not jump on the stage.
He probably was.
We jumped over a 20-foot fence in the back of the stage, and he goes, just keep following me. And I'm like, damn, it's 20 feet. And we just jumped down. He's like a G, but I just kid you not.
He's skipping the whole story.
Oh, okay, you want to get to the good?
He jumped in the back of EFN's Pathfinder.
Rewind. Let's go. We'll go back. Let's go back 10 minutes. Let's go back 20 minutes before that.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how can I be down is at the beach.
Down?
You know how the scene was.
Oh yeah, it was
I'm
crazy.
I'm in front of the hotel rolling a spliff, and he's talking to EFN about 15 feet from me. And in my head, I can barely finish this shit because I'm like, that's fucking Exhibit. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't super famous yet. He was on his promo tour. He dropped Paparazzi 6 months earlier. I know because he told me how broke he was. He was like, I'm on this tour. He tried to survive early. So he said, I'm looking at him. He looks at me, and I don't know what he says, but he tell EFN something, and he goes, yo, heck, come here. I was like, yo, what's up? Exhibit, yo, nice to meet you. He was like, he's asking if he can smoke with you. What? Hell, fuck yeah.
Hold up.
So I said, where you want to go? Outside, I'm from Miami. So I know you can't just go into the hotel. He's like, no, we don't go into the hotel. So I'm thinking we go into his room. No, we sit at the lobby bar, spark it up. I'm like, but Exhibit said I spark it, I'm sparking. I know the law, I know the rules, but I still did it.
Everybody was smoking.
And from there we had the ill conversation.
Everybody was
we brought up Hoodstock, and he was like, he wanted to go. We jump in the back in EFN's. He jumps in the back of EFN's Pathfinder with his DJ like in the trunk, no joke. We get to fucking Hoodstock. I'm thinking he got like a connect or something. Ain't no connect. We go to no lie. We jump over this 20-foot fence, jump down. And he said, "Yo, I'm here to rock 6 songs for free." I want to say EPMD was supposed to be next, or they were on stage already. Wow. And I'm just in awe. Like, who the fuck is there? Fat Joe. Everyone's there. He said they were like, "Yo, we can't. We got this dude's next than Fat Joe." And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do it for free." And then he was like, "We can't. Fuck it." He turned around. Let's go back. We jumped back over the fence. We're back to the beach. Yo, it was one of the best times I ever had in my life.
Make it happen.
Facts.
Jump the fence.
Facts.
Let's go.
It was off the chain. It was off the chain. Off the chain, man. So we had a great time.
Oh yeah.
I know you have plenty of those good times. But just for us, it's just it's awesome. It's just something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I know in your I've looked up your discography and it says you're from New York, but what part of New York?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, you're from Jersey.
I'm
That's
from
why
East Orange, New Jersey, East Orange, North, Essex County, no doubt. But I stayed in Brooklyn from 1994 to 2004.
Okay, so you out there for a minute.
Yeah, as soon as I got the record deal, I was teaching before that. I was teaching out in Jersey from 90 to 94.
But Jersey's where you born though. That's your home.
Oh yeah, that's home. That's home right there.
Okay,
yeah.
so and that
and then he was a teacher.
But so you were a teacher before rapping?
Yeah.
So how'd you hook up with
1990 to 94? What was you doing in 1990?
I just started high school in 90.
Wow.
I graduated in 94.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was still in 8th grade, 90.
Wow.
You want to know what I was? You want to know what I was really doing in 1990 as I started high school?
Smoking weed, sparking it.
I just started, but I was a reggae DJ.
Oh, what?
A reggae DJ with my man Dwayne. We had a sound called Echo Chamber.
How old were you?
I had just turned 15.
15. Wow.
We started when we were 14, and the reason why we stopped because he got into a car accident, got paralyzed. He's still alive and everything. Still my dog. Yeah. He in a wheelchair. You already know since high school. Horrible story. And from there, maybe just wanted to rap only. Just stick to writing.
Wow.
So, but yeah, we had, bro, I was at his house with his uncles chilling, crazy. I was like, man, these motherfuckers wild, right? And then 20 years later, I remember what they used to say, and they was always screaming out shower posse, all this shit. I'm like, 50 dudes on bikes. I didn't think nothing of it. You know, I saw Garnet Silk first time in United States. First time he ever left Jamaica, and then he died shortly after that.
What?
Garden Silk, yes. I saw him on stage, women were throwing their panties at this dude.
Damn.
He's killing it.
What was the song he put out?
I
forgot
forgot
a bunch of songs, but
he had a million. I forgot the name of his main album of that year. That was early 90s.
Wow.
I know where I was, C.B. Smith Park.
Yeah.
I was young. But I was so fucking high because it's thousands of people smoking. I'm in the middle. I'm so fucking high that I almost passed out.
Are you high right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah,
a little.
Yeah.
I told you I woke up in the morning for the yearning of herb. Come on, man.
Got the yearning for herb.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't judge me. I ain't gonna judge you. We good. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Judge me. Shit, I was smoking too.
No, I don't judge, period.
Trying to get this little Modelo trying to.
Were you smoking?
Trying to get a little spark out this bitch.
While you was teaching? Or during the time you was teaching?
Well, on the weekends.
There you go.
No, okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
On the weekends, I tried to keep a clear mind.
So obviously you were writing and everything while you was teaching. You already had that hip hop in you.
Yeah. So coming up in Jersey, like I got introduced to hip hop in like 79, like 78, 79,
super early
right?
beginnings.
And like just watching the crews in my neighborhood back then doing their thing. Stardust 3, no doubt, Bush City Boys. So there was a park that I grew up across the street from. It's called Raleigh Park. That's the name of the park. But the nickname was Bush City because it was a big weed spot in the park. Right? So everybody in East Orange would flock to Bush City
right.
to cop weed. Now, I was a kid. I wasn't indulgent like that at all. And I wanted to play football when I was in high school. So I really didn't smoke at all. Once the realization I wasn't gonna be a football player set in, right? You know what I mean? So I started twisting up. You know what I mean?
The minute you hit that field, like this ain't for me.
Nah, a really good friend of mine who was a very good student in school, college student, basketball player.
Right.
He was a pothead, so he actually put me onto it, and I started. I smoked once or twice before that, but that kind of really opened me up, and I was like 21.
That's when I started.
So he started.
21.
Like 21. Yep. And it was because I was teaching at the same time. So it was
right.
But I was also, doing my little demo stuff. I was in the clubs heavy back then from like the late 80s all the way through. I was in the clubs. Heavy. I mean, Roseland. Well, Fever later. The early Fever, I was too young for that.
Right.
So I ain't really like the Fun House. I caught when I was 14, 15. I caught the Fun House when I was like 14, 15, and then the Fun House became Heartthrobs. So when I was like 17, I was there every weekend. Right, Heartthrobs closed down. Everybody went to Studio 54. Roseland, Latin Quarters was just closing down. I wasn't really trying to do Latin Quarter. It was crazy. I wasn't really trying to feel that. You know what I mean? I was go up to Studio 54, it was a little bit more calmer.
Right.
But
what club was the Tunnel at?
The Tunnel was around the corner from the Fun House, Heartthrobs.
It was called the club was called the Tunnel?
The Tunnel was on 27th and 12th Avenue. Or was it 11th Avenue? But 27th and the West Side Highway, right? So it was in an old tunnel. So the trains would be up in there. So when you go in the shit is huge with mad rooms, it's all brick. The dance floor is like where the tracks and shit would be.
Wow.
Right? And you just keep walking back inside the tunnel. So eventually the club stops, but you keep walking back in because it's a subway tunnel.
Right.
Abandoned. It's just crazy.
That's crazy.
That's why all the heat was going on over there.
That was one of the spots. That was one of the main spots.
Nori could tell us.
Oh yeah, the tunnel was the Sunday night at the Tunnel was like epic. It was for any rap artist in the 90s, 2000s, you had to break your shit at the Tunnel. Period. Funk Flex, no doubt. Big Cat, rest in peace. Cypher Sounds. Who else? It's too many DJs now. I don't want to miss nobody, but it was the shit. Like, without a doubt.
So how throughout that little beginning journey did you meet KRS-One?
So I was a school teacher. In 1990, I started an after-school program with some friend of mine called ACT Now, African Children of Tomorrow Now. Like the African, just the pride in self, was missing from my educational experience.
Right.
So going to college and then being exposed to like X-Clan, Chris with BDP, Public Enemy.
Right.
That kind of woke us up. And like New York was just like a center for information. Books everywhere. Every corner had a book, somebody selling books.
Everyone was selling books on the
So
street.
just picking up literature and reading that shit and just digging into your own history, it was like, our children need this type of information. So we started an after-school program to introduce the kids to themselves. And this is when Chris was doing Human Education Against Lies as a lecture tour. He was going around all the colleges talking about how the educational system got us fucked up, got our kids fucked up, and whatever. So going to his lectures, taking these young folks to his lectures, I got to meet him. Always asking a question, got something to say.
I was gonna say I can see the correlation right there.
He got used to seeing my face. He didn't know I was rapping at all. But he's seeing my face first at Ramapo College, then William Patterson College, and then I was going to Montclair, the other half of Channel Live. Tuffy, he was going to Montclair. That's how we met.
Okay.
I actually met Tuffy in a dance battle against Wyclef and Proswell.
Wow.
That's crazy. At Montclair State. Proswell was actually in high school and ended up in Act Now. That class.
Oh shit.
Dope.
It's small world, right?
Right.
Yeah, nice.
So that's how I got to meet KRS-One. He came to Montclair State, saw me, and was like, yo, Hakeem, I've been looking for you. I got something to ask you. After the lecture, come see me backstage. So I go backstage, and he's like, yo, on this lecture tour, I want to bring you on, talking about the educational system from behind enemy lines. You're a school teacher. You could tell what's missing, what needs to be added on, the obstacles that you face in school. And so I opened up a few lectures for him. It was him and Dr. Leonard Jeffries. And about maybe a year and a half after knowing him, hit him off with a demo tape. 4 months after that, I get a phone call on my mother's phone.
On the wall.
On the wall.
With the cord.
With the cord.
Was it blue or yellow?
It was yellow. It was yellow, right?
There's only two colors.
It was a push button.
Yeah. They only yellow and blue.
I got you. No doubt. So I pick up the phone. He goes, hello. This is KRS-One.
Yeah, right.
May I speak to Hakeem Green?
Did you believe it?
I go, this is Hakeem, Chris. Hey, listen, I'm sitting here at D&D. I'm working on some stuff, and I wanted to know if you and your partner, Tuffy, want to come meet
Legendary.
me. Man, listen. So I was in East Orange, right? I was in East Orange. He's in New York City.
Yeah.
Right.
No traffic. It's at night. 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Tuffy's in Willingboro. That's like an hour away from East Orange.
Okay.
We was there in like 45 minutes.
Easy.
Tuffy got up to East Orange, picked me up. We was like in the city in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
He picked me up. Like,
y'all was just cutting.
and that created the relationship, the creative relationship between, what would be Channel Live and KRS. We weren't called Channel Live back then though.
Did you have a name?
We went to a bunch of names.
I want to get give me the first one though. The first one's always the best.
First one I think it was the Dreadators.
Oh.
So we had the
Dreadators. He's watching too much Transformers.
Every time we interview someone who used to be a rapper, we ask them their first names, but their first names are the best. Those are the best ones. That's some good shit.
The Dreadators, we was Raw Seed.
Raw Seed is this is not too bad.
Raw Seed. We wanted to do, but there was a raw breed, so that was that.
Oh, that's right.
And we wanted to be Art of Facts, but there was Artifacts.
Artifacts.
Yeah. So that wasn't gonna go. Chris came up with the name Channel Live. We thought about station identification, which ended up the name of the album. But he was like, nah, that's too long for a name. It's gotta be like short. Like, what's relatable to TV? Channel 1, Channel 2, Channel 3, Channel 4, Channel 5, Channel 5. Channel Live. Channel Live. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Let's sit with that for 24 hours. We wake up tomorrow and
if you don't like it, right?
Yeah. But nah, it's stuck. That was
it.
That was it. No,
And leave it to the teacher to come up. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you, KRS-One, I've always been a huge fan of him.
Oh, since day one.
But we had this years ago. We had opened up for him for like 4 shows in a row, and I would love when we got off stage. I just wanted to be the first one in the front to watch his show because to me, he is the best solo act
period
in the game.
There it is. Go.
You can't.
When it come to that stage right there, you can't want it.
You can't just not only do they not want it, you can't fuck with it.
Not at all.
He gives you every element of hip hop on that motherfucking stage.
No, yes.
And then On top of that,
this is a culture.
He will preach to you for an extra 30, 45 an hour, and it's nothing boring. Like, you are in tune. You are intrigued.
He'll freestyle the sermon off the top of his head.
I know.
I saw 4 shows.
4 shows in a row, 4 different sermons.
He was rhyming
all gangster
on a symphony.
He was disgusting.
On I don't know, like Mozart.
I've never seen someone impress me so much.
Yeah. I said, what the fuck?
No, Vivaldi. Actually, it's a Vivaldi track.
One of them old violin shits.
It was a symphony, something, right?
It was on point,
brother, classical
shit. Just the way he was going with it.
The limits of MCing, bro. That's what it's about. It's about stretching the limits of
He's
MCing.
the best of the best.
Your game.
He's the best of the best I've ever seen.
If you don't learn nothing from KRS,
you ain't listening though. If you ain't learned something,
you gotta come out at least with it with like just the art form of
the essence of it for sure.
That's it right there. Like, if you don't learn nothing else,
you know how people say they set a bar.
Right there
he is not the bar. The bar is way the fuck below him. He done surpassed the bar, and that where he's at is that is the pinnacle. No, you can't pass that. Like, he is the way hip hop is supposed to be. Which hip hop has lost that fucking essence a long time ago, but it's still there, but more on the underground scene that you got to search for and search for it.
Yeah.
But before it was in our faces blatantly. You dig? The 90s, early 2000s, it was in our mouths, and now it's just so watered the fuck down. But you can't see one little commercial about nothing. It could be a Cheerio commercial, little white boy rapping. Everyone's rapping on every commercial. It's just what it is. Which is beautiful because it's worldwide, right? But be careful what you ask for. You just might get it.
But the thing, right? But
you understand?
The thing is, when we say hip hop, we generally mean rap music. And you said something before that was key in terms of the culture and representing all the elements.
And not to cut you off, because you said when we say that, not when we say that. No, not even you. I won't put that in. I won't put you in that. I'm talking about people.
I don't like pointing the finger.
But you, and I know you are too smart, and I know you're too hip hop cultured that when you say hip hop, you are talking about all 5 elements. Which, let me tell you something. My man desperately, I can hear it in his voice, wants to ask you this next question.
But it's unfair because I can ask you, what's the 5 elements of hip hop? You definitely, unfair because Well,
because we have a couple comments, but we would like to hear from you though, the 5 elements.
All right, so people
always ask the MC.
All right, so people gonna say, usually list knowledge as the 5th element.
Oh, I love how he's stuck. But you are reading my mind right now.
Just get straight to it.
Go ahead. That was our question.
Knowledge is the first element because if you don't do the knowledge, you can do nothing else.
Okay. Well, see,
I'm already.
Knowledge is everything.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So then you got to. Of course, you got to. I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna go break dancing and b-boying.
Right. Okay.
Right. I'm gonna go DJing. I'm gonna go MCing.
Right.
And then
graffiti.
Yeah.
Because
so
I see you wasn't a tagger.
No.
What's that?
Did you tag?
What's that?
Nah.
Obviously.
No.
That's why you forgot about it.
I got a little tag.
Hakeem,
some people
please.
play beatboxing.
Yes.
And I ain't wanna,
everybody had a little tag.
It was graffiti.
I like when he said you wasn't a tag. You were like, what? I like that. Neither was I. Listen to me.
I have no hand-eye coordination.
No, but I respect the shit out of it. I respect the shit out of that word. I wish I could put up a mural or some shit. Crazy.
I was a vandal. I wasn't an artist like the pieces. I did throw-ups and tags.
Yeah. The reason why we go into this 5-element convo, 1, keep the culture. We're talking about it and keep it alive. People have to know the roots of it, and then you can change them if you want. Cool, but you're gonna learn what the root is. I don't feel you can ever change the original 5. I feel that now, because of evolution of hip hop, you could probably add on, but you ain't never changing the core. No. It's like water. Water's H2O, right? Mm-hmm. If you could add some sugar to it and some color, you make it Kool-Aid, but you still need the H2O. You need the main elements, just like hip hop. So our 5 elements are intact. Mm-hmm. We talk to young MCs, we talk to older cats. Mm-hmm. The young ones, they don't know the elements, they barely know the rapping, and they're rappers. And we're like, then at the end of that combo, they change their names from MCs to entertainers, and we're like, keep that. Right? Yes or no?
Well, that's kind of dope, though.
Well, I'm trying to tell you how we switched them. You understand? You got to school them, let them know.
Kind of put the
pressure.
The pressure.
Yeah, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that nice. We went in on them.
When hip hop was at its purest,
right,
it was just our thing.
Exactly.
Facts.
It didn't belong to everybody. It belonged
how
to
we
people
felt.
who knew what it was.
Yeah. It's like a secret society almost.
Exactly.
You smell me? Word up.
So for it to be that now, where entertainment is entertainment.
Right.
Exactly.
Entertainment's always gonna be big. Entertainment's always gonna be money. It's entertainment.
Yeah. Right.
But when we talking about the culture and you get into these elements, that's for the people who know what time it is.
Right.
If you know the
it's
culture,
a small class.
because it's the culture. You're gonna know it.
Right.
And if you don't know it, and you say that you're in the culture, or you want to be in the culture, you learn it.
Right.
Because there's people that went out and said, "Yo, I didn't know,
younger
but
cats.
I went out and looked for it."
But you got to understand, and how we've heard it from various amount of people that we've asked this question to, it kind of makes sense. Think about in terms of this generation, these kids don't even use a DJ. They just rhyme over their own lyrics, right? You see anybody breakdancing in their background? You see anybody do any graffiti, anything? Nope. The only elements they use is the MCing. Sometimes
push button.
Even
CD playing as motherfucker. Your boy.
Plug up my phone.
Yeah, your sister's boyfriend. You brought your sister's boyfriend to play the CD.
Yeah, right there. So y'all be blowing me away right there.
Yeah,
the show.
That shit don't eat you up.
I just plug up my phone.
Nah, that shit eat me the fuck up.
You could have got a push button DJ.
Don't that eat you up? That shit kills me.
It'll give you a little TV
motherfuckers look like the hype man. The motherfuckers,
vocals,
these little kids look like the hype man at their own show. They only saying every other word. What?
Don't rhyme over your vocals.
Never. That's what I'm telling you. I know that eats them up.
What are you doing?
Like you clash over your joints. We can't understand what you're saying.
We know what you're saying.
If I want to hear the CD, I see the CD.
Right. I'll do it to the crib.
Stage.
Yeah.
I want to see what you can do.
I want to see if you can really spit that live.
Motherfucker,
but a lot of times, like, young cats be saying something. Like they actually are saying something,
right.
I can't understand what you're saying because you're clashing with the shit that's
with the music. Yeah. I don't know what that's about. They all do it.
We always said that.
I don't know if they do it because they think it's cool or they lacking confidence or they lazy. Confidence is a big thing too.
Because you don't want to remember your rhymes.
Well, practice.
I can be scared instead of lazy.
Practice is what makes you confident.
Of course.
Like if you don't know the rhyme,
that's a personal fucking problem.
I could tell you don't know the rhyme.
Facts. But that's why I want to hear you live. I want to make sure you can do it. You can do that shit.
Nice.
You better be nice.
You gotta be that nice. You can do that.
You better be nice.
They're not gonna notice.
Right. But you practice. Practice makes. Not perfect, but practice moves you closer to perfection, and that builds your confidence.
Correct.
So, but jokers don't want to practice; they just want
to
be
up there
with their boys,
dropping pills and shit. Right.
No, it's funny because
you're right.
We were working with this young artist that he never rapped before in his life, but
horrible
he's
story.
Now. Whatever. Oh man. The whole point was that he did everything. We got him to different places to he's being seen and he had good producers working with him. And then here comes a showcase.
His first showcase.
Now, we're telling him, yo.
The word is showcase.
It's called showcase.
What the fuck?
So you're going to do your...
You're going to show your skills.
But you're going to do it over...
no, we didn't tell him yet.
No, I told him straight up.
Oh, I thought we just pressed play.
No, I told him straight up. I said, you're not going to have the vocals on there.
We don't do this.
It's gonna be an instrumental.
He must have forgot. He must have forgot because the first practice we hit play.
I've never seen somebody fold like a lawn chair.
The first practice we hit play, and he goes, "I don't hear my vocals." We're like, "This is a showcase."
I don't hear my vocals.
And you talking to the wrong motherfuckers. We don't do that.
But wait, you said you at rehearsals though.
This is a rehearsal. This is the very first rehearsal.
Right. So you all right? Well, go learn your lyrics.
I never. No. Hold on. There's no more. It's done. Story over. He folded like a lawn chair.
All right. Somebody wrote a shit.
But that doesn't matter.
But learn your shit.
But who recorded it? It's his voice. He did record
it. Facts.
He did record. Well, learn that shit.
No.
Learn that shit.
No. This kid was not a rapper.
Like you said, lazy.
You understand? But this is a whole other story. This is a whole other story. This kid was not a rapper. On Monday, he was depressed about some girl or something. On Tuesday, he wakes up and tells his mom he want to be a rapper. Pay for it.
On Wednesday,
you understand? Wednesday, she pays a couple $100,000. That's a waste of money.
They have money.
Yeah, she had mad money. Yeah. Oh yeah, hold on. Guess the race. I just told you that whole bit. Who's that? Guess that race. No, everyone knows this answer. Come on.
Guess the race.
We know this one.
Guess it.
Oh my God.
Got the complexion for the protection of the collection. What you talking about? Got
something like that.
Complexion for
something
the protection.
Like that.
Exactly.
You got to be super spoiled.
Yeah.
Midwest Kentucky.
But that's a money thing.
Of course.
No, we knew
that's what I'm trying to tell them. That's why it doesn't come.
That's when you come from money.
Man, it was bad. It was just bad.
Let's say if you had that money, but you really wanted to do the shit,
you can make it if you got the money.
You could have did it.
Yeah,
but you can still do it. I mean, why you got you?
Exactly what he's telling you. Just he got so scared.
How long ago was this?
This was maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, 5 years. Okay.
He's done.
I thought it might have been 5 weeks ago. It was like
he's done.
Salvageable situation.
I
got this consulting company.
Right. He's like, I heard she had a couple of $200,000. What? Tell her to bring that back.
No, there's no hope in that because
horrible, man.
He thought of instant gratification.
Yes.
You know, like he thought it was gonna happen.
And how old was him?
At that time,
teenagers,
19, young 20s. I would say
19, 20.
Guy had to figure it out.
You can't.
That happens.
No, I can't. You listen to me. Really, just listen.
You
can't wake up tomorrow morning and be like, you know what? I want to be in the motherfucking NBA. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense to anybody here, right? Because you have to know the skills. You have to get into the league.
Oh, yes.
He woke up one day, got no hip hop background, no hip hop, nothing. Doesn't even know hip hop music.
Right.
And said, I want to be a rapper because he was depressed with his girlfriend.
No, but then he sees all.
You understand?
Shit that's out.
But
there's nothing.
You have hip hop. And you have entertainment.
You're right about this.
That's what
but he also has no. I've seen rocks with more personality than this kid. No lie.
Lose.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, like,
you didn't know the
trust me. I know you got the consulting company. I'll grab it back if I can get 10%. You can't get this kid's a lost case.
Nothing.
He's a lost case.
Wow.
You would be mad at me for bringing him to you. You would be like, you do that shit again, I will murk your ass.
Why y'all grumpy now?
Yes. He made me extra grumpy. Okay, I'm married with children. He tried to walk out the booth at 1 in the morning. I go, you better get your ass back. I'm married, motherfucker. I'm out here. You better get your ass back in that booth. Yeah. Fuck you. You ain't wasting my time. Right. Yeah, because he paid me to sit in the session. Because, you know, like consulting, writing, all kinds of shit for him. Wow. And I got my money from him, but that doesn't matter. I'm more mad about not producing anything. Yeah, man, it was a waste of my time too, you know? Yeah, I got paid, but who gives a fuck?
The avenues that he had.
This is not a game though, hip hop to me like that, you know what I mean?
What we were doing back in early 90s.
Forget about it, we didn't have none of this.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, we had to start blood, sweat, and tears with EFN and Crazy Hood in the beginning.
Technology right now got the whole game on like.
What do you like better? You like it better like this?
I mean, because
you know, the original struggle.
Well, you can make shit happen a lot more quicker, a lot more efficiently.
Yes.
Like,
but do you respect it more? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I respect the fact that we can come together and talk about some real shit and have the ability. We ain't got. You know what I mean? Like,
too, for sure.
Yeah, it's beautiful
thing.
Like
the how the game has expanded and there's different chapters to it.
Okay,
a lot of it has to do with just technology and be able to do your own shit, not
1,
being dependent on majors, not being dependent upon big investment dollars to make shit pop.
That part is good.
Yeah, that part is good. Now, the fall back on it is that when everybody got access, you're gonna get a lot of whack shit gonna come along with it.
You
know, but you know,
we were limited to the whack shit back then because it was hard for you to get to limited. It could have been more. It could have been more whack shit.
A lot of shit they made us like.
Well,
a lot of shit they beat us in the head with.
I respect MC Hammer, but all of that shit was whack to me.
I ain't trying to throw nobody.
I'm throwing niggas. I don't give a fuck. I don't like 21 Savage. I think he's garbage. He's trash. You know, I'm throwing it out there. Sorry.
Right.
You know, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
He loves to throw it out there.
Sit there and listen to what he's saying.
He sounds like Droopy Dog, so no, I can't get into it.
So you're not understanding though.
Because I can't, because he put me to sleep. But all right, listen, I don't want to go. I don't want to bury the man any deeper than he is.
He's a narcoleptic.
The man is already 6 feet deep.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
In my opinion, let's not put him to 10.
I didn't say that. I just want to have a grumpy.
Very grumpy of you.
Very grumpy.
Yeah, because you know what, I am. That is grumpy because that's a lack of, and that's a disrespect in my face.
So what happened with 21 Savage? Like
I don't respect his MCing.
Okay.
I just don't. His vibe doesn't get to me. Like for him to be where he's at right now,
he don't get the status that he's on.
How the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
No way.
To be honest with you, I don't. So much
There's
stuff
so
that
many
I don't plug
MCs
into
right now
for no other reason than I plug
Savage.
into who I plug into.
That's what it is.
Right? I know there's people who are making music for me.
Facts.
And there are people who don't give a fuck about what I think.
Correct.
No, it's true.
So those
That's
artists
why people don't give a fuck what I think.
Those artists, I don't even give it no energy because it's like
no need.
They not making music for me.
No
You know why I'm
right.
giving it the energy is because I feel like that's just dumbing down what's going on.
Well, you said that once he said what he had said to Nas.
No, and then when
about
he said Nas was irrelevant.
But Nas's answer back was
he did a song with him. That's how much of a.
You understand?
No, he did this. I heard the song was done before he made those comments.
Oh, word?
Because it was
stop it.
Yeah, before April Fool's.
Right.
Stop
so
it.
The song was done. So the way I took him saying it was
so then
more,
it's even worse for 21 saying
no,
if it was done before.
No. I think what he was saying was that it's unfortunate that for the majority of the young people out there, the entertainment audience,
okay,
Nas is not relevant to them.
got you.
Right.
But why didn't he just use that one simple word that you just used?
Well, he's not me.
Like, unfortunately,
Exactly.
I spit these bars.
For anyone in hip hop and the culture,
I know the real
to
answer.
say
I know
that
that
Nas is not relevant,
I'm
dude,
just
get
saying.
your ass to the back.
Well,
of
did you
the
just see this
subway.
other kid? I don't know this guy's name, and I don't really care to even give him the energy of his name either. But he said they asked him about Primo in an interview about Primo. He was like, "Nah, Primo, that's not even impressive, man. He just samples old songs like that's not even impressive. Primo is top 3 producer in my life. You understand what I say? Like that's the
They're not looking at it like that.
That's not what matters. What I'm saying is just how they're not looking at Nas like that, right? But Nas and Primo, those 2 names in hip hop in our life, that is the soundtrack of my life. You smell me? Like those dudes.
Right.
Nas
That's
is pinnacle
culture.
rapping,
That's culture.
and DJ Premier's top near pinnacle of producing. You understand what I mean?
Without a doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
like so. People ask me who my top 5 is, right? And my top five is gonna be ever connected to like the time in my life that meant the most to me.
Correct.
So when you go graduate from high school, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like that time right there, those MCs, you know, you got Chris, Kane, Slick Rick,
Kane, my favorite.
Coogee Rap,
Yes.
Chuck, you know, and
Public Enemy,
LL,
my favorite. Yeah.
Throwing Brother J.
Yeah, all of them.
Like that, those MCs molded my mind coming from childhood to manhood, from boyhood to manhood. You know what I'm saying? The perspective that I have on life.
And those years that you were speaking on is like the mid 80s, no?
Dude, late 80s, early 90s.
Late 80s.
86,
Okay,
87,
I'll say
88,
86.
89,
Okay, that's why I said
90.
mid, but
Right.
86, right?
Right.
So,
So, you know, these kids, you know, the MCs that speak to their reality now, that's who they gonna favor. The producers,
no, for sure, exactly.
The messages they're gonna,
That's
that's
just what
who
it
they
is.
gonna favor until they get like 40, 50, and they start going back, and they realize, wait a minute, we was listening to trash.
But hold on, you're saying that, and you're reflecting. So then, give me an example.
I'll give you an example, like
of your childhood.
All right, so
you smell me? I grew up in almost the best era of hip hop when it came from from '89 to the whole '90s. There was problems out there.
In 1988, right?
Right.
1988.
One of the best years ever for music to come out.
No doubt.
Album after album after album after album after album.
I wasn't trying to hear no Temptations. I wasn't trying to hear no Stevie Wonder.
Right.
I wasn't trying to hear no Commodores, Lionel Richie.
When you was actually,
wasn't,
when you were hearing them, because they were the samples in
now
every
at
single
54,
song.
when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to Stevie Wonder.
I do understand.
I'm listening to Marvin Gaye.
understand.
I'm listening to da.
But is that because of the samples?
I understand.
No,
the pureness of their music.
That's because
we didn't give it a chance. Our music, the music that he just said, all them MCs, and the music we grew up on, that's all inspired by those.
And then you grow up, you go through some shit.
Yeah,
you go through the shit like when you're 3, 4, 5 years old, and your parents are in their 20s, they like this is old. You 3, 4, 5, the shit they listen, shit they into,
right?
It's like it's old,
right?
But then you get to be 20-something, you realize that shit wasn't old
at all.
You start to relate to the experiences that they related to. You start to understand. You start to think back and like, remember when so-and-so had that argument? I finally figured out what that shit was about. Because you went through some similar shit.
Facts.
And he was like, oh, music is the soundtrack for all that shit.
That's what it is.
So when these kids get to 40, 50 years old, they gonna be reflecting on the shit we was listening to.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I had that same experience and Ma had on Mary J.
Right.
I had that when growing up. We had that same. Remember when and they was playing,
Yeah.
you know, whatever they was playing.
My wife does that to me almost every, because my wife, she knows more genre of music than I do, and she fucking can pinpoint every memory with a song, and it goes like that. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy.
It's an emotional connection.
Yeah,
and,
facts.
You know, I just wonder, in today's climate, how many times are people making emotional connections with music? Right. Is it just a jingle? It's just disposable.
It's a dance now.
It's just a dance. Right. It's not. Yeah. It's just a.
It's a 1 week dance.
It's a quick.
It's just the. If it makes you dance,
it's not. I went through some shit, and this song helped me get through some shit.
There's very few of those. There's very few of those.
You know what I'm saying? So
less than what.
Right when they start, because you got, because they gonna go through some shit like all this shit when you in your 20s. How can I be down? And you out there wild. You have a care in the world.
Not a fucking
you was
care.
doing is trying to bag bitches. That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole
other conversation.
Right.
But that was the only care you had in the world.
Facts.
You go through your 30s and your 40s, you start caring about shit.
You start thinking
for
a little
real.
different.
Right. And
you might start having the kids of your own, and then you're like, life's changing right now.
For music that reflect those experiences.
Correct.
And they're not making that.
And the thing is that you have already heard those when you were younger. You block those out because hip hop. Listen, like I said, you're a little older than me, so I'm 47. So my 90. I remember the day that I'm walking about to go to the cafeteria, and some dude came up to me with a Walkman and said, "Yo, you got to hear this this is the craziest shit I ever heard in my life." And it was Protect Your Neck, backside METHOD, man. And I said, I threw it in my rhyme book that night. And I said, everybody in the game is fucking in trouble right now.
Bro.
These dudes changed. And remember, y'all probably heard it way before us, because we hear it in Miami.
Can I tell you a story?
We didn't, yeah, for sure. We didn't have the internet. You already know, so.
Bro. All right, so my boys used to do parties down at Rutgers University in Jersey. The Mob is the name of their crew. And they had Rutgers University on lock. Parties was rammed. So we in there in this party. I'm on a whole other side of the goddamn building. And out of nowhere, I hear Protect Your Neck come on. And it's just motherfuckers rhyming over this wicked ass
this crazy ass beat.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, my mind was blown. So place was packed. I fucking pushed my way all the way across through the fucking audience, through the fucking crowd to get to the DJ booth to go like, yo, what's this?
What the fuck is this?
My man, he just gave this shit to me. It's a white label.
White label, right? I knew he was gonna say that. What? Don't worry who it is, just listen.
He played that shit like 10 times straight.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, nobody had heard it before.
Word.
Mind you, this is a day and time where it's like rap records was 3 verses, hook.
Oh no, we've talked about all the time.
Verse hook.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was structured.
It
got melodic because of the Dre shit that happened. The Chronic got real melodic.
Now we got ADD where it's only one verse in the chorus. Get the fuck out. Yeah, I got you.
So to hear this shit like, real MCs was
no
like,
hook.
This is
run it. Yeah.
Only real niggas understood what that shit was.
Brother, you kidding me?
So my boy made me a cassette of the tape.
It's the best.
My boy made me a cassette of the tape. I take the train from New Brunswick to the city. I had some things to deal with on another level.
That Protect Your Neck got me right through it.
And it snowed. It was a snowstorm. All I had on was because I was Rutgers playing ball, whatever. I had some fucking thin ass nylon windbreaker pants and shit. Like I had some basketball sneakers on.
Oh shit!
I had flimsy ass fucking
not the proper gear.
Yeah, not this was a snowstorm out of nowhere.
Facts.
Not the proper gear.
Fuck.
And I walked from FIT to Port Authority in the fucking snow, listening to Protect Your Neck over and over and over. By the time I got to Port Authority, I knew every word, bro.
Shit.
Every word. That shit got me through a crazy time.
Just for that fucking single, that shit just got me. That shit blew my promises. I looked at everybody I knew who was rapping. I was like, "You're in trouble. This is you motherfuckers better." The whole game's about to change right now. Yeah, you understand? Like I just knew it.
You see how y'all talking about Protect Your Neck and all this is now?
Yeah. And the Method Man, the METHOD.
You think they're gonna have a conversation like this over 21 Savage later on? I doubt it highly.
Right, but on the
I doubt it highly.
But at the same time though, something that I do gotta give a like the battle rap scene.
Yeah, I love that too.
They created a whole chamber that didn't exist in the 90s.
This is true.
And like this generation, especially like they on a battle rap shit.
Yeah,
like,
I love watching that shit.
They've monetized it. They figure out how to make fucking hundreds of thousands,
No,
millions of dollars
Oh, no,
doing
the
this shit.
bag is big on that
The bag
stage.
is
That's-
fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it is.
dope that
And
they doing
it's
that.
awesome.
This is
There's
I have
there's
to
a lot
agree
of
with.
bullshit out there, but it's not
garbage
all.
motherfucker
Nah,
on
Oh man,
nah,
not
it's
today.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah,
Not,
so-
not, not
have to
today.
be
The shit
ill.
that I show you that I be
stage.
saying.
Yeah, you have to be ill
Oh,
to
man.
step on them stage.
So even though like we try to take the whole shit into the consideration, like there's this shit over here that's commercial, that's entertainment,
Right.
and it's just entertainment too, but it's more to the culture.
It's all
more
for the culture.
authentic to the
Facts.
culture.
Yeah.
It goes all back around to when you said, now it's so much easier to get music done.
Yeah,
Yeah. Obviously.
That's why you have people like that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I give him props for making his money and doing his thing? Absolutely.
I don't care how much. I want him to make bread.
Absolutely.
I want everyone to
you-
live.
If you can live off of doing that garbage shit you got,
It
yo,
is.
I applaud you, my G. I'm not mad at you at all. I
Man.
give you props. But you not getting a penny out of me.
Wow, it's crazy.
But like when he says it, a lot of people told us we said we have this convo when we're always done with these interviews and these conversations, and we're like, fuck, man, like at the end of the day, we just old and we just want our error back. You dig?
But see, all right.
So
now, another
everybody, but it'll never come back
But
to
another
our
argument
shit.
I want to give.
Yvonne.
I want to give another argument in because they'll say,
I don't
"Yo,
believe so."
you guys are too old.
Right.
You guys are old. That's why you don't understand this shit." At the end of the day,
No, we understand it more because
our
we're old.
parents could say that to us because they didn't know hip hop. They wasn't in the culture. They wasn't around it. They didn't know.
It was before
Right.
that. Right.
We grew up in the culture.
Yeah, but
So you can't tell me just because I'm old. I'm like,
but
no.
see, the thing is, like, what a conversation for me gets lost is that some people are talking about the entertainment industry, and some people are talking about the culture, right?
Right.
That's the problem. They put that together.
They put
don't understand
they
how
put
to
it together.
How to take it
Hip
apart.
hop culture is not the music business. It's not the music
facts.
Correct.
industry.
Correct.
Facts.
So when they mix it up, and they go, nah, we rapping, we making records, we putting out, we selling millions, we doing this, we selling it. It is like, yeah, but that's okay. People always been doing that.
Right.
This thing that we call hip hop is this whole other thing that's more of a cultural thing than it is just about you just rapping.
Yeah,
When
it's how
you
you
rap
live, how you
about
move, how you
you
talk,
deliver.
everything.
I guess
What
it's
you
the
bring
big
up,
business.
like when you say Chris always represents the culture because he brings break dancers out.
Everything.
He's a graph artist.
Yeah.
He DJs. He gonna exemplify
Yeah.
all the aspects
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
culture.
He's the
And-
epitome of a hip hop show.
And he gonna
know
give
what I'm
you the
saying?
knowledge behind how all this shit
Oh,
linked,
guaranteed.
the history.
Guaranteed.
He gonna lock it all in for you, right?
Guaranteed.
When jokers is coming, just pay me.
Yeah.
I show up, what? Pay me.
Right.
That's not hip hop.
Right. Who's playing my
there's a-
CD?
There's an ethic. There's a
Facts.
principle. When the mic go live, rock, bruh, spit. Let me
That's
hear
it.
them bars. Go.
Right.
Not all this.
And you
other
want to know if you're a good MC? Watch the crowd. They'll let you know if you're a
They'll
good
let you
MC,
know if
brother.
you're a good MC.
Because your energy is their energy, and if they ain't got no energy, you ain't got none, and you better get the fuck out. Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a lesson to be learned by that.
That's right.
I've seen it happen 180 fucking goddamn times.
Mm-hmm.
And when dudes freeze, it's funny to me. I be laughing because I
just feel
seen it
like
happen.
The youth can't tell it. I mean, again, if you're gonna put yourself in that category as a hip hop artist,
Well, because you come at them because they be like, yeah, I'm an MC, hip hop. So like, oh, what's the 5 elements? What does that mean? 5 elements.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's
shut
what-
the.
that's what
And
this
after
means.
we break it down, so
So-
they're like, they call me an entertainer, and we're like,
and
all
what,
right,
we have-
motherfucker.
all right,
we
yeah.
have
You
to.
smell
And
it?
that's
just
and
what
that-
it
and
is.
that's
And that's
cool.
fine. That's cool.
And that's cool.
They
Fine.
weeding themselves
I got
out
no
real quick,
problem
and that's
with that.
cool.
I just don't.
But
want
it
you to
needed
be
the
that late, or
explanation.
Don't say
it
a
needed
label,
that explanation.
and you
though.
don't know what it is.
Back in effect, I want to ask you. I wanted to ask you. So, you were teaching, then you met Chris. You did your thing with Channel Live and whatnot, and I know you still do your thing. You still do your music. We obviously, and you just kind of. We're gonna get into that in 2 seconds. you know, you've had a good run already. You've been here a couple generations. What is your favorite time? What was your favorite time?
Oh man, my favorite.
Because a lot of people like to say it was like their beginning time was like the most fun they ever had. You know what I mean?
Hold on, am I putting my number here? Or?
Nah, you gonna put your email address.
Oh, email address.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send you the album.
My bad.
So, man, so my first time going to the Funhouse, it was 1984, Christmas. Christmas Eve. And wait a minute, let me get your email address too. I'm gonna send you the album.
Yes, sir.
And bars too. It was Christmas Eve, and I was 15. I was too young to be in the club. It was like 18 or older
Right.
club.
You 15, right?
Yeah. And
How the hell you get in?
I was with my cousins. They told me a lot about my age. I mean, you get there. I mean, it was first of all, it was cold as a mother.
Well, he's been with us since he was 13 in the
No,
club.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I had a way in.
Let me give you the whole story.
Yeah, hit it.
So I went to my mother had the foot on my back like that, so I couldn't really go out
Right.
when I was a kid, not like that.
Right.
And so, but for Christmas, I went to go spend the weekend with my cousin. My cousin's out in Inglewood, which is like right across from Washington Heights. So what you do is you catch a bus, 15 minutes. You're in Washington Heights, hop on the train, double A train, right downtown, 42nd Street.
Right.
Hang out on 42nd Street for whatever, meet some friends, hop on the train, head down to the Funhouse. We go off of 23rd Street.
And back then, 42nd Street wasn't nice.
Oh my God, it was just porn shops and karate.
You know what I'm saying? 42nd Street was not nice.
Porn shops.
Didn't have Disney stores.
Right.
You got chicks dancing in the window.
Right.
They like right there.
It was
like
crazy.
Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I was a little young motherfucker walking around like, holy
It was
shit.
Amsterdam without the weed, but what's crazy is right now Times Square is like Amsterdam with the weed. Times Square is crazy right now with the weed,
It's
bro.
crazy.
It's
Yeah, 'cause it's legal.
Amsterdam.
It's legal.
Sure, it fucked my head up. I went home last year, went to Times Square, and was like, weed spots like CVS out this motherfucker.
Crazy.
Weed in the window, and motherfuckers going, got that loud. In Times Square, niggas
That's fucking
on
crazy.
the corner.
Every block,
We got that loud. I'm like,
Dog.
cops is like,
I got it too.
I got it.
I keep seeing the fucking mayor. They always show him on IG.
Yeah.
He coming out. He doing in the middle of his speech, be like, I know some of them is taking advantage of the law now. I smell some weed up in this motherfucker. That's the mayor saying. They got it like 8 times saying that shit. Yeah. The mayor. He was talking.
Ask him to light.
And he goes,
you got light
I see someone's taking abusing the right. This shit illegal over here.
So, all right, so 42nd Street, we hop on the train, we go down to the fun house, we get there, and it's like the security is like these big Italian dudes with no neck, got this tight pants on. These niggas is like,
Hey, forget about it. You're not getting
fuck,
inside.
forget about
You're
it.
not getting out of here, buddy.
they just go, they ask me for my ID, ain't got no ID, they ask me my age, I lie about my age, all right, just go in. You go in, it's like these mirrored windows down the hallway. You go in the front house, it's like these mirrored windows. You go pay your money, you keep going down the hallway, it's mirrored windows everywhere. You bust the lefts, it's mirrored windows.
That's a crazy concept for the club, huh?
Yeah,
Fun house.
I know. I'm just saying.
You go into the dance floor, and you look across the dance floor, and it's this big ass clown face. In the mouth of the clown face is the DJ booth. Red Alert and Louis Vega was spinning.
Gangster. And Red Alert, nasty.
Listen, set it off.
Legendary
Set
shit.
it off on the left, yo.
that was
My strafe. Oh my God, that shit was just ringing off.
Always.
And it was this skinny ass kid with a Jerry curl afro. He got the gazelles on, and he was doing a Steve Martin in a circle. And everybody's cheering him on. Man, later on that night, he gets on stage. It's Dougie Fresh. Him and Slick Rick do Lottie Dottie for the first time at the Funhouse. I was in the building.
Oh,
I
man.
saw it go down.
That's history right there.
Who the fuck did I hear this story from on the opposite side that said the same story? Obviously it wasn't you. Another MC that I was listening to, I think I was watching a Drink Champ interview, and And they said the same story, brother. They were. I want to say they were at the fun house. They saw them do Lottie Dottie for the first time.
Yeah,
that's why when you just said that, I'm like, this is what the fuck? I heard this.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that was like probably the best. My
but not knowing who they were at the time.
Not knowing, I didn't know who Slick Rick was.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you. In other words, that's to show you how talented they were. That you was like, this is what the fuck. Like, I need to know who the fuck they are.
He's not even on the stage. He's just on the floor doing his thing. Dirty. And got the entire party in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
And that's he goes up on stage. They introduce him, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. They go
what they do. He does that to the day, right?
This is your Christmas present, and they do that joint.
That's
and
hard.
It's like, shit's mind blowing. Something that sticks with you, like a memorable hip hop experience. So when you ask me what was my favorite time, like the 80s, just because we were creating something that we had no idea what it was going to
guaranteed.
The 80s definitely.
It was the pureness, the authentic, just the thing. We wouldn't even call it hip hop.
You didn't even know it's called hip hop.
We was just living
our life.
We were little motherfuckers on the street with an only.
I'm breakdancing at 6 years old.
And not even knowing that that's
I'm from Chi-Town, so I'm breakdancing. Got my Pumas on.
Everybody on the
you know what I
block
mean? Like,
doing it.
I'm talking about 80, 1980, 82.
Breakdancing's in the Olympics.
Yeah, hard.
Word. Yep.
And
2024.
Being that
Crazy Legs
was on Drink Champs.
Yeah.
I never knew that B-boy stand for Bronx Boy.
Bronx Boy.
Really?
You like
That's
that? We all said really.
He broke it down saying
B-boy was originally meaning. What?
It was Bronx.
It was a Bronx boy, yeah. And guess what? But the whole culture hates when they say breakdancing. It's breaking. You know what I'm saying? They do not like breakdancing.
Not breakdancing.
He does not like it.
Well, yeah.
But the B-boy was crazy.
But you know who's an interesting interview? Is DXT. Is that Grand Mixer DXT. Rocket. Rocket, the DJ. What? Grand Mixer DXT.
You teaching me
Herbie
something.
Hancock Rocket. Hold on for a second.
You teaching me something.
Right.
Herbie Hancock. As soon as they go, is the first.
I know who Herbie Hancock is.
Right.
First Grammy-winning hip-hop artist.
But that was his DJ name, though?
No, Herbie Hancock.
Oh, I know who he is.
Right. He had DXT scratching on the record.
Oh, I never heard of that man.
You heard the song, no? Rocket.
Yes, of course I heard the song, but I never
You know
heard
the scratches on the record?
Yeah. I swear to God, I thought that was Herbie.
Nah, that was Grand Mixer DXT. You saw Wild Style?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you saw at the big park jam at the end, the last DJ that just goes crazy?
That was him?
That's DXT.
Wow.
All right, so DXT tells a story of the original B-Boys being in the 60s.
Yeah, that's going way back.
Right.
That's way before.
They were dancing to the break part of the record. He was, as an 8-year-old, he was second generation B-boy.
That's crazy.
First generation was before him. And he was like, it wasn't park jams. It wasn't discos. It was just dancing to the break part of the record. Get down part of the record. The part where you get to break.
Yeah, the break.
And then there's a community of people that form that know what time it is when the break come on. Then when you get to the 70s, Jokers is doing it as they grew up, doing it in the park.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's where the word breaking even comes from?
I'm
Maybe
saying
from
that's
break
what
beats?
DXT saying. I'm not saying that.
I don't know. That's what I mean.
I wasn't there.
Facts. Me neither.
Right. But
sounds
logical.
There's so many different.
Exactly.
Right.
Like so many different versions of that story.
I mean, at the end of the
Because
day,
Crazy Legs says they was breaking arms and legs and all kinds of shit, trying to do the dances on the concrete, so it could be that too.
At the end of the day, hip hop was birthed in Bronx. So if they want to call themselves Bronx Boys or they say the B-Boys is Bronx Boys, I'm cool with it.
I'm sure that evolved.
I'm from
also.
Queens. I was born and raised in Queens.
Did you see the documentary, Founding Fathers?
No, I did not.
All right, so this album Aubrey that I put out,
Yes,
is entirely produced by Ron Lawrence from the Hitmen.
Yes, sir.
You know, Ron Lawrence produced "Hypnotized" for Biggie. He produced
Yeah.
Where I'm From for Jay. He's his discography.
Hypnotized.
His discography is crazy. The former Hitman, legendary Hitman producer, Ron Lawrence. Right? So he produced this whole album.
Woo!
Right? So he wrote, directed, and produced a documentary called "The Founding Fathers," that's narrated by Chuck D and
yes, I heard
Ralph McDaniels.
I have heard about that.
Where they talk about hip hop in other places outside of the Bronx, namely Queens. In Brooklyn.
Queens and Brooklyn has some good MCs come out of it.
Right. And
some?
Hey, I don't want to say.
It might be the most. Queens.
Queens might have the most. There's a lot of great ones from Brooklyn.
Might be the most. Right? Brooklyn, Jersey. So even in Jersey, like I remember the park jams in Jersey.
Redman's my dude.
Redman's one of my favorites.
But in terms of like when we say hip hop, the sound, the swag, when we think hip hop, I just think the Bronx.
Yeah,
right. Me too.
I think the Bronx.
I think
the graffiti.
Facts.
You know, when you get out the
graffiti was before hip hop.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Graffiti's like thousands of years old.
It's older than hip hop. We just adopted that form because it was dope to have to do that on the street.
But you know when you see something that's like, okay, there's writing on the wall. There's people who tag. There's people who put
right.
I'm a vandal.
Right.
I was a vandal.
But there's people when you see a graffiti piece of art,
forget about it.
You know it's graffiti.
Yeah.
It ain't like, oh, that's it could be, you could put that shit on the World Trade Center. Well, not the World Trade Center, but you could put an Empire State Building. You're like, oh, that's vandalism. Nah, that shit's...
There ain't no fucking vandalism.
That shit is
that's fucking art.
Big shout out to Mad Moneyism. So, it's crazy because internet is dope, man. It's fucking dope. But I found basically, graffiti artists all over the world be putting up Madism as a tag. As a bright burners, top to bottoms, be trains, planes, and automobiles.
That's dope.
I mean, Cuba, Colombia, all over the U.S. Matt, let me show y'all.
Let me tell you that the culture of hip hop done stretched over to different countries because EFN goes to different countries looking for hip hop, and yeah,
that's crazy. Where's that at?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew. That's hard.
That's a train.
Is it? It is a train.
That's definitely going. It's going across the nation.
These are thousands of these all over the place. Graffiti artists just on their own decide to go out
and put
Madism up everywhere. And I'm like, yo.
Speaking of Madism, the album you did, Madism, the album. Let me tell you,
Who Want This Smoke?
That fucking lineup is super serious, super crazy.
He showed me the cover. He said, "Yo, look at all these."
I said, "God damn!" I said, "Damn." Everyone on there is my favorites. All my favorites is on that motherfucker, and
you just go down and you just keep going. You'll
that's
see
hard.
All the different pieces, the graph pieces, Madism.
That's hard.
You just scroll up.
How did you or not how? Because I know you. I know this is your people's. So what made you say this is the project I'm gonna do and it's gonna be with all of these motherfucking artists?
So in 2015, it was the 20th anniversary of Madism.
Right.
We put out the record, put out in 94, the album dropped 95. So I used 2015 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Madism.
Okay.
And I recorded Madism, Who Want This Smoke.
Right.
I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry. Madism 2015, Smoke Madism with Tretch, Do It All, Keith Murray, Domingo on the track.
Thurston. Is on that album.
No,
you're talking about the song.
The single.
Correct. Because it dropped 19, no? In 19?
In 2015, I dropped it.
In 2015, okay.
In 2015, I dropped that single.
Okay.
And then, I started working on a documentary that never got finished about the importance of hip-hop culture to explosion of cannabis. You can see a trailer of it on YouTube. Just look up Madism documentary and you'll find it.
Okay.
And then while I was doing that, I started recording more music. I did What Is Madism featuring General Steel and KRS-One, produced by Breakbeat Lou.
Hard.
I did Sweet Marijuana with Drez from Black Sheep.
Oof. One of my favorite freestylers ever of all time.
And as I started getting closer to 2020, I'm like, man, I should just do a whole fucking album. So I went, got Thurston, been rocking with him really since the
that's my bro.
Early,
Big up Thurston.
90s. I met Thirsty in 94.
He's a different whole other animal.
In a cypher battling. That's how we met.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Nasty. He's a whole other animal.
So got him and DJ XS on the joint.
Big up DJ XS, my man.
Big as this.
Mad Spanglish.
Yeah, definitely. That's the Polo crew. We got you.
Oh yeah.
No life.
Got the low lives.
Zoism with the Miami Zoes. Big shout out to Mecca.
Dope. Gangster. Shit,
Mecca
Demo. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Get it. Big up Mecca. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and
big up all the Zoes.
Let me see who else we got on this album. Oh, Carl Thomas.
No, he's stunting right now.
Well, Carl Thomas is actually an old friend of mine.
Word?
Yeah, so we put out an album. Well, even before that album, Tuffy and I introduced we put Mike City and Carl Thomas together. That's how the I Wish I Never Met Her single came.
Stop
together.
it. Hard.
Yeah, and then Mike City.
He from Jersey?
Carl Thomas is from Chicago, but we used to kick it in Brooklyn. We were signed to a company together.
Okay.
And then this is like 91, 92.
Okay.
And then it just
it just snowballed into what it is.
It's my guy.
He killed the intro for the reunion.
Oh man! Oh my goodness!
Carl is a legend.
He is. No, his voice is retarded. He's off the chain.
He did Lies and Rumors and Wild Horse. That's on the Armageddon album that we put out on Flavor Unit with Method Man, Black Rob, Queen Latifah. Gotta check that out.
Hard.
So for Madism, Who Want to Smoke? Who else we got on there? I think that's about it.
I think
Big shout out to Architect.
Oh my God, we just talked about the Councilman. We just talked about him. Do It All.
Do It All. Do It All. Oh yeah, Do It All. Yeah, Do It All. Tretch. Keith Murray.
Come on, man.
Yep. That, so just to celebrate the Madism, man. I started the company Madism Inc. That's my entertainment company. I'm branding. I saw the sweatshirt.
Yes, sir.
This is the actual Madism brand here.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So whenever you see that bird, you know it's real.
Are you in the cannabis?
We working on it. Yeah. I got I'm doing my studies. I'm doing my.
I got another question.
I'm doing my market research and all that.
I have another question.
Right now, I'm just branding right now.
I didn't know that you had. For me, it's a late start. 21 is a late start on weed. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone I know started smoking they was young teen. I probably started at 15, 16. Because I know he started late. What I'm saying is, even for someone to start at such a latter part of their time, I still see the love and the passion that you have for it. Is it?
I mean, it's a part of my lifestyle.
Right. But I'm saying, so even though it came obviously, even at 21, you was like, I love this bitch. But to make it such a part of your life, you understand what I mean?
I mean, my name is Hakeem Green.
Right.
That's my real name.
Oh, so this is destiny.
Hakeem Green.
This is destiny.
If you Google the Urban Dictionary, Hakeem is a slang word for weed.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until somebody put me on. It was like,
that's crazy.
Name means weed. Hakeem means weed.
That's crazy.
My last name is
Green.
That's the name of the.
Shit, chill.
Don't let it out yet. Don't let it out.
It's almost like destiny. You know what I'm talking
about? Chill.
You were destined to do this.
Right. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, all that said, like what I've been doing is really rebranding Madism and rebranding Hakeem Green.
Okay.
Right. So I started a company called 24 Hours of Peace.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I wanted to talk about too.
Produces an annual concert for the city of Newark, New Jersey, 24 Hours of Peace.
Nice.
All right. We've been doing it for 13 years. And it's a 24-hour peace festival. We focus on peace, love, unity, safely having fun.
We saw that footage. That shit looked so awesome.
Partnered with nonprofits and local organizations, peace organizations.
That's in Jersey?
In Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey. Stop the violence organizations, folks in the community on the ground doing the real work every single day.
Right, where it counts.
We just create a stage so we can promote peace, love, unity, safety, having fun.
Yeah.
Just like anything else, we take hip hop or entertainment and connect brands and themes and ideas. We could do the same thing with peace, love, unity, safely, having fun, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and not make this shit corny. We just gonna create the space, put these words, peace, love, unity, safety, all over the place. The vendors that we have in place, the educators we have in place, the social workers we have in place, all the parts of the community are there to push that narrative. Then we bring the artists in to do their thing and wrap that around it.
That's hard. It's
crazy.
I really like that shit. That's some really good, well-needed positive shit right now.
24 hours a piece is 6 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Saturday, straight through. Straight through.
That's hard.
We do performances. We do speakers, of course, but spoken word, tap dance, African dance. We've had Kane, Hakeem, Styles P, Jada, Beans, Fat Joe, Talib, Tony Touch, Mr.
That's hard.
C,
all the people that's
Naughty,
really
Lords of the Underground, DOS Effects, Smith & Wesson,
hip hop,
Juice Crew All Stars, My Son, Monifa. I can just keep going. Carl Thomas. I can just keep going on and on and on. All the big celebrities that have participated.
That's super dope.
Last 13 years, and now last year was like the biggest year. So, 24 hours apiece. Peace, love, unity, safety, having fun, and the other side is Madism. That's Madism Inc., which is my entertainment company. I put all my music content out through Madism.
Okay.
I got merchandise going.
Right.
I'm working on the strain and the cannabis line right now.
Hard.
But the music is what it is. All my music goes out through Madism Inc.
That's hard as fuck. I really love. I keep thinking about that 24 hours of peace shit. Yeah. Because I've seen this shit before. You showed me that footage. That shit is. Like, when is that?
So we do it usually the last week of August, first week of September. This year it's gonna be September 1st and 2nd. But sometimes we've done like the middle of August. Sometimes we did in September.
But it's always around either August or September.
Yeah, we try to position it around the kids going back to school.
Exactly.
The book bag giveaway, giveaway. Is he getting ready for school?
Okay.
That's hard.
No, she knows.
In the summer with a big bang, but focus.
Yeah.
Keep your mind right.
I definitely want to see we go out there and maybe just.
You know what I mean?
Come on, let's go.
It's just so positive. I fucking
be a part of it. Just see what's going on.
And it's crazy because in my 40s I say this shit. Maybe in my 20s I wouldn't have said it, but now I'm like, that's what hip hop is missing. More positivity into it. Like, I don't know if it's because this generation makes me feel like they're all fucking depressed and I don't know what, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like we just partied more in the 90s and the 80s.
To teach one.
But we had more diversity. Like, we always say, I know there was more than 40, but if there was 40 fucking groups in the late 80s and the 90s, 40, I know there's more, but if there was 40, we had 40 different styles.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you felt some type of way, you could pick an MC who's going to get you in that motherfucking mood or help you with your mood because there was so much diversity, right? I don't have to say what it is right now. It's a little depressing sometimes. You're like, fuck, this is like,
there's like, there's pockets, there's folks doing some real good work.
Of course there is.
You guys know about Path, right?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Brimstone? That's my brother.
Yeah.
It's my brother.
So we gotta get him on.
He is coming. The thing he can't do Mondays. So we're like, and we can only do Mondays. We're like, shit. So that's my brother though. Big up Brim.
Big shout out to Brim, Natalie, no doubt, the whole Path family.
Yeah, no, they're doing big things.
Preserving, archiving, teaching hip hop.
You already know.
Like when you look at things like that, right, and they're keeping the legacy going,
guaranteed,
teaching the young, getting the right minds.
Yeah.
And those kids are gonna grow up and they're just gonna expand it and touch other kids. So it's like, each one teach one, each one reach one.
But that's the thing. There's not that much going on with that. And even though there wasn't much going on back then,
come on,
it wasn't. If we had that, a lot of people would have been different.
Right.
Probably would have been different.
But now I think that at least, and it's hard just to say, we should do that. Because a lot of people ain't doing that. They got their own lives.
But we are doing it, though.
We're doing it.
Right.
We're doing our part. I'm just saying, if there was more people doing that, and it doesn't have to be hip-hop. It's just teaching the youth to be a better person because you went through your shit.
You know the story of Noah?
No. And I went to Catholic school. I
know the story of Noah.
Noah's Ark? You know that?
Noah's Ark? Yeah.
All right, the story of Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark, right? So exactly, right? So he got the message from God. Said, listen, man, shit's about to get fucked up. About to flood this bitch out.
I'm gonna drown these folks.
It's about to be fucked up. build an arc, right? And he said, build an arc. Why me? Why am I? Just build the motherfucking arc. I'm letting you know. All right, let me see if I get some help. Niggas start running around asking motherfuckers, oh, nigga, they gonna rain, nigga, you crazy. Oh, get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Nigga, they try to hear that shit.
It's a drought, bitch.
It's exactly, it's a drought. It'll rain. Oh, get the fuck up out of here. Nigga said, listen, nigga, I told you to build the arc, motherfucker. I ain't tell you to go get motherfuckers.
Right.
Listen, build the motherfucking arc. Whoever pick up a hammer got a place.
Facts.
Niggas just go build the motherfucking arc.
It's his family only.
The flood is coming.
Right.
It's coming, bro. And it's going to be like, you're going to see all these young kids who are fucking rocking it. Like, that's what it is.
Right.
That shit is right. Where did this shit come from? It was them motherfuckers who was just focused on doing their shit. Like, you know what's going to hit motherfuckers? You know what's going to start raining and everybody going to be mad? I'll be looking at niggas like they're crazy. When breakdancers in the Olympics, and ain't nobody that look like the original motherfuckers is in it.
Nice.
No, that's real.
Who is it?
And Japanese.
Niggas gonna be mad. Niggas gonna be mad.
Yeah,
niggas gonna be mad. I'll be like, nigga, you wasn't doing it. So shut the fuck up.
Right. That's what matters.
You wasn't doing it.
Facts.
You wasn't keeping the fucking culture alive. It wasn't making no money, right?
Right.
Wasn't making no money, right?
That's all
But
it
now
was.
it's making money, my G.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is up? And that's the problem. So we just gotta, it's like the people who stuck to it and did it.
Was ill how you speak about that. It's like when like EFX, all the Coming Home series that he does. He been in plenty. Every country they go to, everybody in that country, they're like, fuck United States. Y'all, that's a business. Y'all don't even do hip hop no more. They do it better than us.
That's what I was
You understand? They give a fuck.
In the sense,
crazy, man.
To
Crazy.
all the youths.
The youths?
Like Joe Pesci said back in there. All the youths.
Two youths.
You know what I'm saying? They not understanding what it is. Damn, I just lost my fucking.
Because you tried to throw a joke in there and it fucked your ass up.
Because I think I know where you was going with it, right? So here's the thing about like wisdom. You have knowledge, you have wisdom. Knowledge is just a collection of facts, right? Wisdom is gained by going through some shit.
Facts.
Yes.
You gotta go through some shit.
Yeah.
And until these young kids go
more on
through
the line
some
of experience.
That's why he's good.
No, it's fucking
track.
He
What I
got
was going to say was that the business now, the business end, is the one that's giving the label of hip hop to what rap is.
Right. Well,
they say hip hop music.
Well, that's why what he said earlier was
saying no. It's that
hip hop is
a
the business.
Culture.
Yeah, it's not the business. The business is the whole thing.
But the business puts it as this hip
they
hop
label
music.
it.
They label
right.
it. So instead of saying that it's rap music,
right,
where they should have kept it as when they started.
Well, we didn't do it because
rap music.
Well, because we didn't. We got caught up, right? We started making money. We start rap. I mean, me too. Like you.
But I'm saying you rap is rap. Rap is what you do. Hip hop is what you live.
Start making money.
You know that, right?
You start touring, motherfuckers start making money.
Yeah,
correct.
Right.
But you can be a rapper, entertainer.
Right. No, but
you're not in the culture.
So
no.
Let me just my personal experience, right? So going from like teaching, record deal, Madison, clubs, parties, concerts, right? It wasn't go back to teaching.
No, for sure. No.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
backstage action.
It could have been that I know a lot of artists, rap artists, who still teach.
But not when they were.
I know, but it's different.
Popping when it was going on.
It's a different type of popping. It's a different type of going on.
Right.
My boy Asher Rubin, he's the writer and performer of the theme song for the Boondocks.
Nice.
He created a whole curriculum called Hip Hop Educational Literacy Program at Lyrics in the DC school system as a teacher with his song on this show when I was broke, busted, disgusted, and couldn't be trusted. After Madism fell off.
Right.
After the Madism and then
after the hype.
And then you see other people doing other things, and you forgot why you did it in the first place. It can't be. It was about the labels and the hustle.
Yeah, no, that's what gets you.
So going back to teaching was not for you though.
You get distracted.
Yeah,
right. Now, eventually, I got back to service. I got back to giving. I got back to getting with these kids. I got back to getting with the community.
You're still teaching something.
Right, and I'm still
it's a form.
Right, I'm still right. Now I started teaching at the Harlem Children's Zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And doing stuff in Newark, New Jersey. There was no check tied to it.
Right.
I was doing it for the love.
Facts.
Doing it for the culture. There was no promise of the, and then that doing it for the love turned into a budget to do 24 hours a piece. Now I get
it comes back tenfold, baby.
But see, that's just what it is.
Nurturing, and we created something that was specifically to preserve the culture.
Facts.
Right. So it was in the mindset of getting back to the roots, going, you know what? Which is how I met KRS-One. I created an organization with some friends called Act Now, African Children of Tomorrow Now, for free out of my own pocket. There was we created this thing to serve. That's how I met KRS-One. Right. That got the record deal.
Obviously, right.
Yeah, no.
Which is lovely because he got to know who you were as a human before a rapper.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But it's all
who the man was.
Off the love of the strength.
Of course.
And that's the investment that.
Of course.
Yes.
Right. And then what happens
People
is a lot of us we
People
forget that.
that.
We forget that.
And that's important as fuck.
Especially when you start getting money. When you start getting money, you gotta pay bills and you gotta keep the balls in the air.
Right.
It's like, I can't do no free shit, my nigga. I got all these motherfucking balls. I got kids, nigga.
It's what it is.
You want me to do some free shit?
Right. Your life is already set at a certain number.
If you don't do free shit, you didn't invest.
Exactly.
Right. That's your investment.
If the balls start coming down,
Yeah,
you're like, shit, we go.
No, it's
Facts.
really,
You gotta balance all that shit
You're
out.
supposed to invest over here so you can have some new balls.
Facts.
Listen,
Facts.
we feel like we doing our little part in this culture.
Right. We try to contribute.
Try to at least keep what the elements are.
I mean, at least in the Miami scene, we've been here since '93. You know, our whole CHP, EFN, our whole team. Drink Chance was we were Drink Chance before Drink Chance.
Yeah, we was.
You understand?
Drink Chance started in our office, in the crazy hood offices.
Right. So we've been trying to do our part for our region. You dig? We started this show because we always love talking shit, and we love to do it with our fans. And and our people was like, "Yo, let's just add the camera to this motherfucker." We're like, "All right."
And let me tell you,
we ain't no fucking journalists. We just like talking.
Has been the most
hip hop
influence.
I wanted to say hip hop knowledgeable and
knowledge
show of all of our shows ever.
I'd go dirty with my mind, you know what I'm saying? I want to go and ask about, he has not hit backstage stories and stuff.
Right, we don't go there.
That's why I don't want to go there.
He's a dirt ball.
I'm a dirt ball. My mind's in the gutter all the time. But the other part of that is I fucking love hip hop. Like I am hip hop.
You love the culture and we
I am hip hop.
And really that's the main focus of this whole thing is because we said fucking if we don't keep talking about it, just like the elements, this shit go die out.
Okay, well,
you know?
Can I just talk about this album for a second?
Please
Of
do.
course, please.
Okay. So
Aubrey?
Let's
get it.
Produced by Ron Lawrence, except for Smack. I was co-produced by Hakeem Green.
Let's get it.
There you go. Co-produced.
Yeah.
Hakeem.
Right.
Hakeem.
To him, we said he's doing his thing too.
Oh yes.
We can't forget that.
So Aubrey we started production on it in 2019. A song called Niggonometry featuring Malik Youssef.
Okay.
And then was like, damn, this shit was kind of dope. You know, let's see what else we got. So I started giving him ideas for like samples and loops and tracks, stuff that I always wanted to rhyme on, just feelings that I had, whatever. And he started just, feed me joints, chopping them up, kicking them back out. I'll go in and record. So it was like we got closer to 2020. It was like, yo, we should just do an album that's about how hip hop made us feel when we first came in contact with it. Right. So the album is actually broken up into 3 parts. How hip hop made us feel when we first came in contact with it, what happened to hip hop, and then the restoration of hip hop. So the restoration of hip hop. So you got Took a Test, Old School Head, Culture Freedom that features CeeLo Green and Freeway. And G Simone, KRS-One's wife.
Ooh, dirty.
Niggonometry with Malik Youssef. We got Reckless, Smack, Stolen Art with Carl Thomas. Real Hip Hop for the People with Do It All, Midi, G Simone, and then the Cypher with KRS-One. And we created it not even thinking about the 50th anniversary.
Right.
But when you listen to the album, it feels like we made it for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, the essence of it, right.
Scratches heavy. Scratches.
You gotta have all those elements. Stop it.
Break beats, loops. Culture Freedom is about where I was at in Jersey when I first came in contact with hip hop.
Right.
Where CeeLo was in Atlanta. Where Freeway was in Philly.
Oh, y'all murdered that.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Oh, y'all murdered that.
Yeah.
Y'all murdered that. That's a great concept. I got hairs on my arm right now.
The Stolen Art joint is how they took our shit from us.
And when you say they,
The industry.
I know. I just want. I think it's a deeper. Go ahead.
Spit it.
All right,
please.
Something out of nothing, the culture grew from breaks. B-boys with fat laces helping DJs carry crates. 12 inches with the name covered up. 45 wrapped the tape. Needle dropping on the get down part on the one, never late. Moonwalk looked like skates. Time is infinite like the 8. Build to destroy the devil's world. God body at the gate. In God we trust, in dollars we lust. Catching crumbs off the cake. Now we bop to a beat of walls of concrete in northern state. It was 88. We was victims of a scheme. It was all just a dream. Now my homie is a fiend. We live for the culture, but we kill for the cream. Try to make the street light up, stay on your toes, Billie Jean. It was hip to the hibbit, flow liquid like exhibit. Here to create the culture with every breath as I live it. They try to prohibit, but I'm the master to pivot. No gimmicks on point like a digit. I'm like Malcolm, ready to rock it. Get your hand out my pocket. Everybody the gatekeeper, but y'all forgot to lock it. Swear by culture freedom, I got more vice than Tubbs and Crockett. Now my boy Elroy out the space like Spacely Sprockets. Truth be told, we was crushed from the coal. Niggas getting high off the dust from Sugar Hill. Now the truth gets sold with strippers on the pole. The light just with rappers for the thrill. Getting a rush from off one pill when Flash was on the wheels. Slinging white dimes with my brothers unfolding bills. Singing white lines when Uncle Joe wrote that bill around 94, fucking around with Hillary and Bill. It was COINTEL. Now y'all go and tell. Hop on the gram. Look. Show and tell.
Right.
No ethics and no codes. Just cut the pie a la mode. Spinning red whites now lights the block like a strobe. Behold, the pale horse as he rode. Here to bring death with guns to unload. Conspiracy to conspire is a theory on the wire when Cohen is a priest whose doctrine is the liar. Here to rob the hood, I keep it tucked like the friar. Grew into a man following rappers I admire. No more B-boys in the cypher, no more DJs catching breaks, and everybody in the trap with 45s wrapped in tape. The culture has been raped, pimped out, and straight slutted.
Yes.
Just like the Bronx in the 70s, everything gutted. Trusted, rusted, busted and disgusted. We should have shut it down when Chuck said not to trust it.
Trust it. Yo.
That's Stolen Art.
That's gangster as fuck. I was gonna
That's
say what first
Stolen
that
Art,
fuck. That's
for
hard.
real.
And then to hear Carl Thomas on that shit, stop it.
He kills it.
Yo, that was hard.
Yeah, thank you.
And I love the whole. I can hear it without the beat because it gives me. I can understand the story from the jump.
That's it.
I can vividly see because
That's it.
It's not only what you said, it's how you said it. And I can vividly see every fucking frame that you just spit there, and it was knowledgeable as a motherfucker.
Respect.
Yeah, because I know 80% of those stories, and I'm like, he's so fucking right.
Yeah.
No, 100% hip hop. What I'm saying,
something out of nothing, the culture grew from breaks.
gangster.
That's real.
Stop it.
That's real.
That's it.
Yeah. And that's and if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's at least that, motherfucker. Because people got different versions, but that's the truth. You smell me? That was hard. That was real hard. Why Aubrey?
That's my middle name.
Okay.
That's my middle name.
Oh, there you go.
And
Is that a picture? Is this a picture of you?
Yeah.
So that means this is just you, and because some people use another another alter ego, but Aubrey's that's your birth name. So
yeah, Hakeem Aubrey Green.
So that what I'm saying is,
Hakeem
so this whole
Aubrey
body
Green.
is really him. He's gonna really give you him.
That's
you understand?
it.
And that's why it's dope.
Right. Yeah, that's like how hip hop impacted me.
Right.
Where I was at when you hear culture freedom.
Right.
It's like, we used to say word is bond to the almighty Quran. Everybody had an attribute, Malik or Hassan. We wanted to be down by law. Lessons in the drawer, windbreaker suit, linoleum on the floor. We used to write in bubbles, matching shirt for all the couples. Some hopped on the 1 and 2s, buying wax by the doubles. They say 1 for the trouble, 2 for the bass, 3 for shell toe Adidas. That's why I iron my lace. Swedish knits with the pleats before the leaves with the crease. Brushing my pocket full of wave with the grease. Free to create the culture. Free from culture vultures. We used to care about each other. We didn't worry about the others. We used to cipher when we spit it. Before the blunts and the split-ups, warriors come out to play. Can you dig it like the riffs? Was on a day and night like the souls of my British, scrubbing graffiti off the wall, going off the head till we finish. That's like, that's where we was at.
The essence.
That's what was going on.
That's what was going on.
That's a week in the hood. He's just showing you this is how we lived. If you've never experienced any of that, 1, you're not gonna understand a word he's fucking saying. 2, you can't write that shit.
That was Mars.
You understand?
Yeah. He was from space right now.
Right. Like
if you wasn't around to understand the culture.
No.
But with it being the 50th anniversary, 50th birthday, it was like perfect timing.
Yeah, it was
that
well fitted.
So
That's
it's
crazy.
like
So it worked perfect.
That was hard, man. I've been impressed, but forget about it. That's just, and I'm an MC at heart, so he know, and I'm an MC first, so and I come from the era of lyrics, and listen, I don't care, like for this generation to break it down, it's not that I'm like I hate these kids, I don't, I just because there's a lot of great MCs out right now in this era. I hate the lazy ones who just want to sound like the next dude because they think that's the gimmick to make bread, and like. And what sucks is that it may work for them for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But that's not longevity. No one remembers your name.
In high school, right? Like the popular kids got all the attention.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily the smartest cats.
Never was.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, they was popular.
Right.
They could have been thugs. They could have been bullies.
The football players, some shit. Right.
Just the flyest dress. They could have been.
The dude with the good weed.
Oh, the good weed. Whatever the case may be. Right? Whoever the popular kids was, it was popping.
He was the bully.
Right? And then with Instagram, that shit put that shit on steroids.
Man.
It's on steroids.
But the cream always rises to the top, bro.
It's facts. Or what you said about the internet is true. It either it made them bigger, whatever. But here's what's funny thing I always say about the fucking internet, because the internet is motherfucking fucked up. You thought you was the coolest motherfucker on your block until the internet came out. Why? Anything. You could have been the only motherfucker on your block who had the new J's, right? You could have been the only dude. Once the internet came out, it showed you that everybody named motherfucker you ain't the only one who got them. There's 300,000 in your block. I thought I was the only one in my area who had Garbage Pail Kids, the first volume. As soon as the internet came out, I knew I wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. My value just went down.
When he had the whole collection
I'm definitely a salesman. I used to always tell people, I used to sell Bibles of Jesus till the internet came out. Then he found out you get them cheaper in Jerusalem.
What fucked my head up with the internet was, before my wife, I was seeing somebody.
Okay.
And her son is big into the whole sneaker shit, right? And this is like when Cass is standing online like 5 in the morning.
I don't do that, but yeah, I got you
for sneakers, right?
Yeah.
And I was clowning.
I can never do that.
I was clowning this. I was clowning him. And then she was like, "Nah, you're the clown because he buys them for $250, $300, goes online, he's selling for $1,700, $2,000. He's flipping them.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's cool.
I was like,
give me a pair. Can you give me a pair, boo?
Right. So
but to be honest, them shits ain't coming out that much for you to be like.
And also, to be
once
real,
in a while you're gonna
and
make
to
some
be
bread.
real, the 50 people online,
but
5 are selling them, the other ones are not.
The other thing, the 50 people online, you're
5 are selling, the other ones are not.
You're the 51st person
Right.
All them dudes is selling the same shit online.
Right, but this is like, when you're 21, 22, 23 years old.
I get it.
Of course.
It's a nice little flip.
Oh, it's a flip.
It's a nice little flip.
At this point, if you're 15, 16 years old, 14, 15, 16.
No, you buying mad G.I. Joes.
Right.
Good.
That's a world that's just not my world.
Yeah.
But
Word.
to get an inkling of, it's not your world, but this is what they're doing with that world.
Of course.
No, I get it.
Made me look at it like,
look at it different.
Listen,
right. It's a hustle.
Listen, you know what it is?
Yeah, it's
You're
a
learning
hustle.
a business hustle. You're learning a
hustle.
hustle.
Well, learn how to
Beautiful thing.
flip shit.
Beautiful thing. I ain't mad at you.
They flipped that shit.
They
Like that's some shit. Like because I'm
It's
looking
called life. Get your money. Right.
But I'm looking at it like when I look at sneakers, I look at it from a consumer's point of view.
Yeah, I want to rock them.
I just want to rock them.
I want to rock. I'm not trying to. I ain't trying to.
Yeah. But I'm saying
I'm already thinking, what event am I gonna wear these to?
The second pair's for later after I fuck up the first pair.
To think
not to sell it.
But we grew up different though.
How to take a retail
and resell it,
and then resell that shit for a profit.
Well, because now, because of the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Because of the internet.
Because of the Matrix.
Right, because of the Matrix. Well, taking that shit and learning how to flip it and stretch it and do things that, it wasn't the intention for it, but they made it their own and made it work for themselves.
I can't be mad at them.
I'm still buying 2 pairs for one for now, one for later.
Yeah, you go.
That's it. It's not to be.
But you was buying fake ones at one point.
I bought
God
it.
damn.
I bought it. Yeah, I did. Because those are the ones you go to the club with.
Yo, one night
Air Force Ones. No.
Air Force Ones, yeah.
I got the ones from the flea market, $40. Holy shit. When I'm rocking them shits at the club, I know it's going to get fucked up. Nah, I don't flip them.
The problem is,
Flip them is fine. Flip them to the garbage.
Even day one fake Air Force Ones look fucking flip. They look foul.
They look fresh.
You smell me?
2 hours later, they not looking fresh.
Not to a motherfucker who got a real pair. Then a motherfucker pull up on you with a real pair, and then you're like, well, maybe they don't look so fresh.
You can't see that at night in the club.
Bro, a sneaker connoisseur will see
You
it.
can't see it. You can't see it. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Now you can't really.
That's
see
a lie.
I'm just saying.
That's a lie.
Eddie was.
That's a lie. I had a pop and they thought I had fresh Air Force Ones. I said, thank you very much. $40.
Yeah.
That had the $80 ones for real.
Some ground force ones.
He had the ground forces.
Ground forces.
Oh shit.
Hakeem,
Yes, sir.
All your socials, wherever they could reach you.
The website,
everything.
And
Yes.
And Aubrey is the project that you're pushing.
Aubrey is the recent project.
Yeah, Aubrey's the most recent project, and right before that, I dropped another joint called Nami,
right?
Entirely produced by Big French. It's actually an EP, a 5-song EP. New York rap, love and hip hop, Son of God. Can I Eat? I'm missing one.
And you said it was produced by Big French.
Now and Then, produced by Big French from Harlem. Oh, no doubt.
I know that name. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to put the records to him.
And all that's on let them know that you
so all streaming platforms. The website is HakeemGreen.com, HakeemGreen.com. Also madism.info, MADIZM.info. That's a website. You can catch me on IG, Facebook, Twitter, Hakeem Green, HakeimGreen, and madism.info.
Yes.
Also, at
good follow on the Grizzly, just to let you know.
At 24 Hours of Peace, 24 HRS of Peace.
Super important.
All platforms.
For me, that's a super important one because I think that anyone who can ever get out to that part of town and that part of the year should go to that party because it sounds like it's for the great cause.
Go out there.
I don't see why not.
Come on, you got
this shit sounds illmatic.
I just want to witness it. I want to be a part of it.
So we're actually taking this thing on the road.
Even better.
We got actually 21 dates lined up across the country. We jumped it off.
That's hard.
May 6th, Great Adventures in New Jersey.
That's my wife's
Great
birthday.
Adventures.
Yeah.
You don't know about that. He don't know about
Six
that.
Flags.
I'm from Chi-Town, but I do know about that.
Right.
Yes.
You don't know about Six
Sweetie
Flags.
Pie.
Right. They have Great Adventures?
Yeah, it's Great Adventures. Six Flags, I didn't hear Six Flags, so I came down here. They didn't have it, but that's when I heard it was Six Flags.
Six Flags Great Adventures,
So, you know And1 Mixtape.
Yeah.
So, same guys, new organization called the Black Top Street Ball Association.
Okay, yeah.
Big shout out to Main Event.
Yes, sir.
And so we're doing events across the country in collaboration with the Blacktop Streetball Association, 24 hours apiece.
Dope.
Yeah, so it's gonna be basketball and hip hop. And we so
best combo
24
ever.
hours apiece is the Peace Festival, right? But it's a company. So I have a workshop series called Build Your Skills.
Okay.
Where I use hip hop to identify transferable skills in young folks, also to teach critical thinking, conflict resolution, character development.
There you go.
Right. So we have a curriculum, basketball as life, using basketball as a metaphor for life, living proof with Benny Boom, filmmaker, filmmaking. Yeah. Got Lyrics Matter with Rod Digger.
Nice.
Yeah, and we got Giant Thinking with the bartenders. Everybody know about the bartenders.
And you're saying these are like
Bartenders from Jersey too?
He's a workshop.
class workshops? That's what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me show
That's
you.
hard,
No,
man.
come on, man. Listen, I'm about to workshop my ass to the bathroom.
Yo,
I've been holding this piss.
You a busy. You are
17
a busy motherfucker.
I gotta go.
That's when you know he's very grumpy.
If I
Right.
don't
Walk
go,
by, he like,
I'm
fuck
like,
this shit.
right
Walk right up in the camera, bro. Yeah.
That sounds super dope. That sounds real dope. And Rod Digger's teaching
Lyrics Matter. Using
Stop
spoken
it.
word and poetry and the written word as forms
Well,
of expression.
that's super impressive. I like that.
Yeah, man. So it's like using hip hop to really touch down with young folks, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We say real hip hop for the people, which is one of the songs in the album. That's the video I showed you outside.
Yeah.
We say real hip hop. Hip hop is not what we do, it's how we do it.
Facts.
So everything we do, the way we relate to each other, the way we communicate with each other, the way we get down, the rhythm that we do things, this whole podcast series that you got, the way you put it together, how you network,
Right.
that's the hip hop.
Right.
It ain't the rap. It
Right.
ain't the, so we could be teaching young folks, we could be the West Ward councilman for the city of Newark, New Jersey. We could be the mayor of the city of Newark, we could be
Correct.
the mayor of New York. You could be anything and still have that hip hop about you
Right.
to make it go.
It's already proof in living right now. So
Exactly.
and none of that. I'm not even lying to you. We've been doing this a while. In this day and time, no one's talking as positive as you are right now when it comes to so many different types of areas. Because you're not just being positive just to be positive. Like, look what you're showing improving right now. You know what I'm saying when it comes to your 24-hour party, when it comes to this workshop, like this is a lot of shit to take in. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers need to get on this shit. This is some real shit. The problem with people in this generation, like what Eddie and sometimes I have a problem with, is nobody does their homework to become a better whatever you are. Producer, MC, it doesn't really matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking make shoes, go do your history on how motherfuckers made shoes 100 years ago. You might even fucking learn something about your craft today. You know what I'm saying?
But can
That's all it is.
But can I also say something though? Just, because
Please.
Y'all see me around. Right.
Yeah.
You see, and I'm usually like low key, off to the
yes,
side.
always.
I don't be rah like that.
Right.
But I really need niggas to know I got these bars. Right. I need niggas to feel me on that. Right?
I understand why you say
You
that.
know, it's like, it's conscious, but I got them bars. I just want to just share something.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course. Please do.
All right, so you know what it is. I was raised on rap. Made me a king like Tim over beats that's fat. Without the back band, just DJ mic stand. Before I wrote rhymes, I was the ill hype man. With flavor, I became a star with a spliff. Kill Santa Dead is how I learned to shoot the gift.
Word.
Suck MCs, always trying to diss, but I rock to the PM dawn where rappers get set adrift on the memory bliss. I teach a class like Chris. It was like that when it wasn't like this.
Right.
We had an educated rapper and a professor named Griff, a doctor named Ice. You can go down the list, inspect the whole deck, supersonic like the Stet. Sleeping on the bag like Eric and Pash making checks. I'm talking about music over time, it stands a test. Now I'm on the net trying to find my tribe on the quest.
Right.
It's a shame people don't miss it till it's gone. I'm shocked rappers nowadays sing the same song. Where we go wrong, the whole culture act like sheeple. I guess the root of evil captivates the people. Daddy make them do mad tricks like Knievel. I'm the king of rock and the king of diesel. It's ludicrous how fake this nigga Stilo. They smoke up all your weed and have you fighting Debo. Time for some action, get the bling, make a milli. Put 5 on the Jackson, rapping so vanilla. Oops, I mean vanilla. Hold on there, fella. I'm a nigga with an attitude, wrecking crews like I'm yellow. Quiet as kept. Y'all got more jokes, pen and tell about a lounge with lyrics list underground like cellar dwellers.
Nice.
Rappers can't see me. It's like getting dissed by Helen Keller. Once you check the method, I get you high like propellers.
Hard. I love how you added every single fucking group or line from my favorite groups. I always said to myself, I want to do a song like that so bad. I just don't want to fucking. You want to say so perfect. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm listening to you. I'm like, now I'm not gonna fucking touch it because now you fucked me up. That shit was hard.
Now you gotta do yours, bro.
No, fact. No, I know. You know I'm fucking. I respect lyricism and I really like how you put it down. The shit is that people you can tell you put thought into the shit, and I'm like, fuck, thank you. Like this is what we need. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how shit started. This is how it should be. It should just keep on going like that. Yeah, I understand not everyone is as lyrical, but just tell your story. And if you speak it how it really happened,
that's right.
It will be dope. Because when it's real, we know it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
For sure.
So this is all I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying you're more lyrical. Not you. Someone's more lyrical than the other. Just be more real about it. Yeah. I can tell when you fake. I know you don't have all those guns, motherfucker. I know you don't do any of that. See, that's people always say that about the battle rap. Remember we was talking about that? Mm-hmm. But they got more guns than any motherfucker. But we know how they're using those metaphors and shit. You smell me?
For sure, for sure.
So you know, some shit is literal. Some shit is.
When you hear Cool G rap,
stop.
Spit some of the most gangster shit you ever hear and never.
He was ahead of his time.
And don't curse.
Right. He was ahead of his time when he first came out. You
Streets
understand?
of New York.
Oh man.
Road to the riches.
Nasty.
Road to the riches.
Just no, nasty.
Not curse. No, not one shit. Curse.
You know,
not one curse.
That you saying that, you're fucking right.
You think about that.
One curse. It's one of the hardest raps ever.
Ever. He was ahead of his time even when he first dropped.
No, he used to live up the block from me. He had a broken leg one time. He used to go to the corner store.
That's when you carried his groceries that one time.
Nah.
No? I
used to see him. You know, we used to. That's Cool G rap.
Gangster.
Get the fuck out of here. That's Cool G rap.
Yeah.
Hey, Hakeem, listen, we appreciate you coming because you know when they say bless, you blessing us, heavy duty. I know you know the fam. I know you know if I know you know the Dreams. I know this. We are an extension of them. Those are our brothers.
Yeah, you
smell me. That's why the energy is the same. That's why we can look at you like you. I already knew you was good people. I could already tell. I couldn't wait to meet you.
Yeah,
and you super bless us, and I'm more than ecstatic about that. Like. This was awesome.
Yeah, no, this is an honor. It's
super
I need
awesome.
y'all to take the album and listen to the album.
Oh, it's guaranteed.
It's the album down.
Right.
It's gonna be listened.
Like I know you said you gonna email me, but I'm
you
gonna
got it. Yeah,
we can scan.
I want to.
No, it's okay.
I know you said you're gonna email. I want to purchase the shit.
No,
because
you can send it to it, and I'm gonna purchase.
Like the thing is that you know, a body of work when you put in, especially the thought that I see that you put in, it deserves the money.
Share.
Oh, facts. No, guaranteed.
We like that because we come from that.
This is the era. Yeah, this is official street team in Miami.
The street team that we ran, it was me and this guy right here.
Yes.
EFN was the head guy.
Thank you.
Listen. And he more on the street than me.
Thank you.
Now listen, we appreciate you, heavy duty.
We appreciate you.
You know, we do this for the culture, and obviously you do it for the culture because we see the love. I can tell that you never would even give a fuck about a check if you can still do this hip hop shit. And I'm glad you do get compensated if you do in any other way.
No.
Because everybody wants to get paid.
I know y'all been checking the Wu-Tang series.
Yeah, guaranteed. On Hulu.
They just played Mad. Oh, nah, yo, please.
Yeah, I told him. I've been telling them. It's worth every penny.
I have it.
Yo,
it's worth every penny.
They played. I know they played Madison.
They played Madison the other day.
Telling you.
But even before that, I feel good about that. But aside from that,
no, I heard this shit is ill.
Yo, this shit is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, no, they went in.
They did it fucking right.
They did it.
And like
they went in.
Second season, every episode is an album.
Yeah.
Nigga, the ODB album, nigga.
Oh, man. No, they murdered it. They murdered it. The first season is just...
a different album.
Yeah.
The first season is like just the
set to get to how they got it together, right?
Before the group started.
Correct. Who they are and what it is. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The second season, every episode
is the album, right?
Ah, man.
Yeah, no, they killed it. They killed it.
Phenomenal.
That's ill.
Yeah, they did kill it. They did kill it.
You're gonna be proud of hip hop. I'm proud of hip hop because of that.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm already proud of hip hop.
Right.
Like hip hop.
For the years it's still here.
What people always said when we were young, listen to it as it's not gonna last.
Right.
To where it is now.
Now it'll never end. Now it'll never end.
Yeah. I'm already
now
proud.
It'll never end.
Proud of hip hop.
Yeah. is.
But to have your joint on that on that show is the same things what I was telling you.
That was hard.
That when we were young and we was in the clubs, Spark Matt-ism was the record that was in the clubs. Period.
Yeah. Oh, we do.
So if you if as a like whoever's producing the show, who I'm pretty sure it's RZA. But
he has a say, I'm sure, but he's not the main one.
You have to input Spark Matt-ism in the joint because
the way
that was
of the time era.
The way they set it up too,
like it's bro, what it was.
Like
man.
the way they set it up, it was just shit was glorious.
They killed it.
That shit was glorious because the dialogue. I don't want no spoiler.
No, listen. I'm gonna get Hulu just for that.
They murdered this shit.
They murdered this shit. I'm getting Hulu. Now that you said that,
they murdered it. It's worth every penny.
Worth it. It's worth it.
It's well worth it.
Get Hulu, just get it, watch the series, and cancel that shit.
If you have to.
You know what? Since they supporting on hip hop culture,
might as well.
I'm gonna fuck with Hulu.
Nah, but if you
you're gonna have
business
to.
decision, if you just cancel that.
I mean, if I lose my job, that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna fucking cancel. But if I'm working, I'm good.
Right.
It's worth it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man.
It's worth it.
Again,
Yo,
Hakeem,
salute. Yeah,
thank
man.
you, my
Respect.
brother.
My G.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you once again.
You bless us.
Yeah, and if you ever got anything you ever want to promote, anything you ever want to talk about, we open whenever the fuck you
Come
want.
back around and talk about 24 hours a piece when we hit the road.
Let's make that happen. That's a big move, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all
and
broadcast
from one hip hopper to the next. I just wanted to know that let you know that I'm proud of you because I've been watching you just as a fan. I'm like, man, like I told you outside, this brother's energy is needed, is what we need.
Thank you.
You smell me? So I appreciate you.
And the knowledge.
Yeah. And listen,
you being that extra.
Yeah, the knowledge is priceless.
Like Kev's one already. He's been trying to reach it out,
but you can tell
you the extra hand right.
The branch, you can tell.
And y'all see me everywhere.
Word.
And it's just show and prove, like you said. Just do it. Like
yeah.
No rah-rah, talking. No.
The movement speaks for itself.
Show and prove, and people. When you touch people the right way,
that's what it is.
They respond. They go.
That's what it is.
You know what? Before we end it, big up to you on when Kevin brought you out to the verses.
Oh yeah, the verses. That was hard. That was hard.
Yo, big shout out to Swizz Beatz, Timberland.
Word up.
Swizz Beatz, Timberland. Word.
That's a culture.
Pandemic.
Yeah, no, they murked that. They murked that.
Oh,
they murked that.
Thank you for giving that to us.
The timing.
Thank you.
Word.
Man, they made old school niggas relevant again, B.
Word up.
They made old.
Yeah.
The young
they
niggas
made motherfuckers be like, yo, who's
they
that?
They made everybody realize that who Jada Kiss really is out this motherfucker. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I've always respected Jada, but I feel that since that versus, he got his spec due big time.
So what's up with Jim Jones in the Remax? Which I think. Nah, I don't even do it.
Why would you touch that?
If you want.
You
get murked again.
Why would you touch that?
But you ain't. I want to see it again.
He ain't recreating 20 new hits. You gonna go with the same lineup? Don't do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think they should let it.
I'm fucking with the locks heavy. I'm fucking with the locks.
Yo, the locks is hard to fuck with.
I'm fucking with y'all.
I'm all in with the
locks is hard to fuck with.
I love Jim Jones. I love Cameron. I love
Joe
Santana. I love y'all.
It's a whole nother cloth.
Nah, the locks is hard to fuck with, man.
It's a whole different thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. They are hard to fuck with.
Well, Jada Kiss is Gemini, like,
well, that ain't got nothing to do with it, but he hard as nuts.
It's a Gemini thing. Biggie was Gemini. Let's go.
We appreciate you, man. Grumpy OGs, Hannibal Heck, Edit Ass Eater. Hakeem Green, we appreciate you. Let's get it.
Let's go.